Welcome, metal community, to, of course, Metal4Metal. We are here again to bring you the greatest news here in heavy metal. Dennis, I actually have to apologize to you. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a little while.
Tell me what you've been up to.
All right, man. A lot of people out there might not know, but I'm an expecting father coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Some little kid's going to be shitting and pissing around my fucking house, right? But anyway, so the doctor told us that the thing in her belly can perceive sound waves. So we should start talking to it, communicating with it, having it listening to music. So, of course, the first thing that I started with was Black Sabbath. So every night, I've been listening to Black Sabbath in chronological order. I've been starting with their self-titled album. I went on to Paranoid, to Masters of Reality, and then to Volume 4.
Masters of Reality is my favorite.
Yeah, so I've just been going in chronological order, letting this little thing in a belly listen to some fucking metal. And which is really cool because it's been actually a long time since I've listened to those albums back, from beginning to end. You know what I mean? So I've been hearing a lot of things I haven't heard before. And, maybe I heard them before, but I haven't recognized them exactly. So it's pretty cool.
And something you guys don't know is that Dennis's middle name is 6 letters.
Yes.
Dennis is 6 letters, and then Parker is 6 letters. So
it's Dennis Calvin Parker.
So 666.
666.
Also, when is your baby due?
Right around Halloween.
It's all for you, Damien.
It's all for you, Damien.
All for you, Damien.
This is all for you. I hope it's born on Halloween.
That'd be metal.
That'd be metal as fuck.
That'd be metal as fuck.
Yeah, I told my wife she has to give birth on Halloween or we're getting a divorce.
Makes sense.
That's all there is to it.
The only way to really do it.
I mean, I don't know what else to do.
So you've been listening to a lot of Black Sabbath.
Lots of Black Sabbath.
I've taken a comical route, and I've actually been listening to that Beavis and Butthead album.
The Beavis and Butthead Experience.
Yeah, and I love that album so much. It's so funny. 99 Ways to Die is on it. 99 Ways to Die.
Yeah.
99 fries to fry. Not ready to eat you yet. But the one song that I love from that record or that album is "Walk on Water" by Ozzy Osbourne. It's not on another album. It's just on that.
Yeah, it's the only one that's on.
I love that song.
Yeah.
And but then I started listening to, based on our one of our other episodes, we talked about Rudy Sarzo. I started listening to Osmosis. It came out in 2001, I believe. Which led me into like Black Rain and stuff like that. So I've been listening to a lot of some later Ozzy stuff that I'm really into. So I guess we're kind of on the same page there.
Yeah,
for Sabbath
it's really cool
and
that we're
Ozzy.
doing that.
Yeah. Something I have to get out of the way. We lost I wouldn't say metal, but he's
this is like the biggest topic of the week.
Yeah, he was a great voice. We would not be doing our jobs if we didn't
give a shout out to Chris Cornell.
Shout out to Chris Cornell and the guys from Soundgarden. Listen, I'm actually a big Soundgarden fan. I like their first record in '89 that came out all the way to they dropped a record in like '90 and then '91, and they just kept getting better and better. I think that their lyrics were really dark for what they were. I think that if they had more distortion, maybe someone could have considered them metal. But Chris Cornell's voice as a whole was just fantastic.
He was a great singer, no matter what genre you consider him to be in. When
they started Temple of the Dog with Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell, I think that was a great idea. I think that Audio Slave was a terrific idea. Say what you will about how he died or whatever. If you guys don't know, he ended up hanging himself.
Yeah, it was a hanging.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes demons get to you, and I can understand that. But I'll tell you what, man, Chris Cornell, you're a hell of a dude. Yeah. And no judgment here, and we just continue to love your music, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you for doing what you do. Yeah, you're doing what you did.
Yeah, and, most definitely.
Yeah, that's a shitty thing, man. Honestly,
it really
another
is.
Fucking suicide.
Yeah,
another fucking suicide, man.
His family is actually like, from what I last read, his family is
they're
trying
rejecting the consensus.
We don't think it was suicide. So,
I don't blame him for wanting to say that. I mean, that's not what you want to go out and tell that your fucking kid killed themselves.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, there was like a bodyguard who was giving him some kind of medication or something, and then it was some kind of antidepressant, and he probably shouldn't have been having it, but he was given it anyway. So that may or may not be the cause, but there was definitely some demons involved, and that fucking sucks. Dude.
So, were you never like a Soundgarden fan at all? Like,
not at all. Not really. I think I bought their first album, and I think I sold it on eBay.
Did you really?
I think I did. Yeah. If I'm thinking right, it was their first album.
Are you talking about like Louder Than Love?
Yeah, I think that was it. It was a while ago. I mean, I never hated Soundgarden Soundgarden or Audio Slave or anything like that, but yeah, it just wasn't really my cup of tea. But I always, I never had any bad will towards them.
Motorfinger was their big record that came out. They had Outshined and Rusty Cage on it.
Okay, I remember hearing those on the radio.
That was their big record.
Okay, that was the one. Okay.
But, that was their first big record.
All right.
But, anyway, moving right along, I just want to say shout out to Chris Cornell and Soundgarden. We hope you guys keep going. And, so,
that sucks, man.
Yeah, for real. Do you guys have any memories of Soundgarden? We would love to... shoot you guys in the comments.
Honestly, it's kind of a depressing news week. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, it is. Yeah,
there's really not a lot to say that it's not depressing. But, what we do, we deliver the news.
Yeah, whether the news is good or bad, you're going to get it all 100% from us.
So, we do have one good piece of news in here. But another shitty piece of news we got is the Manchester bombing that we have, which, isn't directly linked to metal. Exactly, but Iron Maiden does have something to say about it. I think that is something that we should discuss. In the, these terrorist attacks and shit going on.
It's just really shitty that you can't even go to a fucking concert and enjoy.
Right. What was that? What was that last? The one that band that came.
It was a death metal. It was in
right.
Paris.
Yeah. That was the first one that happened.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first one, and now we got this shit going on, and Iron Maiden. Has responded. Bruce Dickinson, actually. He said, Iron Maiden has condemned the terror attack in Manchester, England, Monday, May the 22nd, which left 22 dead and 59 injured. The British heavy metal legends, who are in the middle of a UK headlining tour, said in a statement, "We are shocked by last night's terrible events at the Manchester Arena. Our thoughts go out to everyone affected. We can advise fans that our last 3 UK shows in Cardiff and London's O2 will proceed as planned. Of course, any extra means to ensure fan safety are being examined with the relevant authorities." Yeah,
there's a lot of bands that are still turning around there that are really up in the security. I know Guns N' Roses was mentioned.
What are you going to do now? You have to up your... there's nothing...
It's rough, man. It really is, because then you don't want to... get to one of those things where it's like how people feel about the TSA now, like it's too much security, Yeah. I don't know, man.
People say it's just kind of an illusion of security. Yeah. But it is something.
Listen, no matter your political preference, the shit's got to stop. It's just it's ridiculous.
Just as someone who, like I said, who's bringing a child into the world coming up in December. In November, December, this is fucking scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just having a kid who might just want to go to a local metal concert or something, and something blows the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because of something, it's fucking terrifying. This. I don't know, man. I hope this shit passes through, because this is fucking.
Yeah, at the same time though, your kid's not gonna be going to a pop concert.
I hope not.
Sorry.
I hope not. if I have anything to do with it, this kid will not be going to some fucking pop concert. But if that's what they want to do.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Iron Maiden, for speaking out and, really keeping it real and to, keep going. Don't fucking bow down to these idiots that want to bomb shit and that want to try and put fear into us, because I'll tell you what, we can bring it right back to you, all right? This is heavy metal, and that's what we do, all right?
Yeah. To Al-Qaeda and ISIS out there, if you're gonna fuck with us, don't fuck with metal. You know what I mean? Just don't fuck with the metal community. I don't know what to tell these guys. I don't
think you can tell them anything. But either way, we are here to stand up and shout for you. Yeah. You understand me?
And please stop. Just stop.
Stop.
You're not gonna win. Yeah. Man, you're not gonna win. Okay. So anyway,
moving
on.
The
only piece of good news we have this week.
The only piece of good news
we have one good piece of good news this
which
week.
I'm kind of psyched for.
I am too. I love Arch Enemy. Yeah. Okay, so this is a Arch Enemy to release a Will of Power album in September. Extreme Metalers' arch enemy will release their 10th studio album, Will to Power, on September 8th.
Oh my god, this is their 10th.
Yeah, I didn't know. I think this might include. Well, no, actually, this is studio albums. Yeah.
Well, when did Black Earth come out?
That was a lot. That was like with their original singer.
It was 96.
It was a long time ago. Yeah,
96, 97.
Yeah. It was before the girl. Before they got a female singer.
Who she is?
Oh yeah, she's super hot. She's super hot. Okay, Extreme Power. Blah blah. Via Century Media Records, commented guitar. Yeah, sure. Commented guitarist Michael Amott says, after many months of writing and recording in the studio, we are delighted to have finally completed work on our 10th studio album, Will to Power. We are looking forward to sharing new music with you soon. We are equally excited to announce the first leg of our tour, Will to Power. I'm sorry, the first leg of our Will to Power tour. Can't wait to play new and old songs for our fans. See you all soon.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been an arch enemy. I mean they're a great band though. Yeah, I think it was I can't remember the name of the album. It was like Sins of Deception or something. I can't.
No, you're thinking of
Wages of Sin. Wages of Sin.
That was their second album.
Yeah. Oh man, that was the first one. Doomsday Machine is great.
Rise of the Tyrant.
Rise of the Tyrant is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. In my opinion,
that came out in like the mid 2000s.
Yeah, it was the mid 2000s. Yeah, it was like when I was working at the mall back in the day that came out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he used to work at a Hot Topic.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's where you got your shirt from.
I did.
The Volume 4 shirt.
I do. This, if you can't see it, Black Sabbath. Volume 4, not in yellow like the album cover.
That's all right. We still
like
like
purple. I don't know. Maybe they
like purple.
Maybe they ran out of ink.
I'm wearing a
something.
Jucifer shirt myself.
It's a nice shirt.
Band I saw here in South Carolina.
Yeah.
They tore around in the like a camper.
Oh, they're touring. That's their tour bus.
Yeah, it's a camper, and like they have a white wall of death, which was actually originally done with the Grateful Dead. But they have a white wall of death. I think I told you about these guys. They're a two-piece. It's like a girl and a guy.
Yeah, you did. You did tell me about them. Yeah,
there's a great death metal band that's local here. I'm trying to get on the show.
We are. We're trying our hardest.
Yeah, they're called Hooded Eagle, and they open up for Jucifer all the time. Jucifer is a fantastic band. Mm-hmm. They kick ass. Anyway, going back to Arch Enemy, are you planning on getting that album?
Oh, I mean, I haven't really bought a CD in a while, to be honest with you. The last CD I bought was the Last Testament CD, and that was only to get them to sign it.
To get them to sign it?
That was only to get them to sign it. And I just listened to everything on either Amazon, Music Unlimited, or Spotify.
I've already pre-ordered the new Iced Earth album.
You already pre-ordered it? Nice. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna listen to it. I'm listening to it legally. So fuck you, whatever.
No,
I'm not buying. That's cool. I'm not gonna. No, I have a whole room full of CDs now.
That's true.
And I'm.
Well, I have a whole thing full of records.
You do, but records are a lot cooler than CDs. If I was gonna get back into collecting, it would definitely be records, not so much CDs.
You thought about it at one point. We talked about it.
We did talk about that, but it's just such a fucking financial investment to start collecting.
It really. I stopped. I just bought this house and I've stopped collecting records for a little while.
What are you gonna do? You have to pay your fucking mortgage, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But that's why I'm buying comics now.
Yeah, because they're a little cheap.
I've been buying comics.
Comics are still seriously overpriced, but it's definitely cheaper than going out and buying a vinyl.
$4 for a new comic, whereas
But it's like 4 pages long. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah, but it's still pretty good.
It's got pictures.
I only read the pictures.
You only read the pictures?
I only read the pictures, and by saying read the pictures.
No, that's metal. Yeah, that's metal.
I just read the pictures. I can't read.
Well, folks, unfortunately, that's all the news we have today. But we are definitely
not a lot.
We are definitely going to fill up the time with some questions from you guys, from the audience. We got a couple people that have been asking us some questions. Again, like, comment, subscribe on our
for real, like
on our videos. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Like for real. Thank you guys so much for wanting to even if it's negative. I mean, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
We don't want you to agree with everything. I don't agree with everything I even say.
Yeah. So we appreciate it very much. And
call us out if we're wrong, for real.
Yeah, I think we had a guy up there the other day talking about
there was a guy. I can't remember his name,
Terry something.
Yeah, he called us out on the last episode, saying that it was about the Iron Maiden lawsuit.
He was basically saying that there's more to it than we know or whatever.
But the thing is that from our point of view, we don't have the other guy's side of the story. Really,
we haven't been able to find it, which is fine. I mean, maybe that guy is 90 years old and is from that era. No disrespect to you, Terry. If you can hear us.
Yeah, no shit.
But
right? I mean, my thing is just like that. I mean, what Hallowed Be Thy Name came out in the
82. It was recorded in 81.
Right. So I mean, he's just now bitching about
it.
Yeah,
no matter how you look at it, it's a ridiculous lawsuit.
Right.
It doesn't matter, but.
I mean, but I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about it, and the more information that comes forward.
Honestly, I'm biased, and Maiden can do no wrong, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit, but I
want to know more about it.
Yeah,
even if Steve Harris did wrong, I don't care.
Yeah, if Steve Harris genuinely fucked someone over, I want to know about it.
And
but
I still won't care.
But I mean, still, yeah, I'm not really gonna care either. But I mean, honestly, if Steve Harris,
Beckett who?
Yeah, right. If Steve Harris fucked somebody over, then they should have said something about it 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Why are they waiting till now? Because they're broke? I don't know.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Whatever.
All right, so this one comes from actually a personal friend of mine. I'm looking at you, Miranda and Mason.
Yeah.
Your parents are always really nice to me. You guys are awesome people. So
Mason
this question comes from Mason Sauls.
Yeah, he actually comments on every video.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
That.
Thank you so much. Mason Sauls asks, who is a better guitarist? Jeff Hanneman or Dimebag Darrell?
Oh, fuck you, man. That's a hard question.
Not for me.
Really? What do you think?
Jeff Hanneman.
Yeah. It's easy. Honestly.
I mean,
the thing is, like, Jeff, like Dimebag's awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
Dimebag's great.
Like, I'm not gonna diss Dimebag in any way, but I mean, Jeff Hammond is.
I think Jeff Hanneman's solos are unlike any other guitarist.
Yeah, the good old AOL dial-up sound, right?
Yeah. Even like, and I think the solo from like World Painted Blood is one of the coolest solos of Slayer, and it's so simple, but it's just so good.
I guess when you're talking about who's the best guitarist, I gotta say, like, playing at that tempo that Slayer plays at is gotta be harder than what Pantera. I mean, Pantera's a heavy band, but there's no way they play faster than Slayer.
No. So, and I love the tones that Dimebag has,
right?
For Cowboys from Hell and Wall.
Yeah, it's a great like Pantera. You can argue that maybe Pantera has the better tone.
But, but when you talk about technique and skill,
I mean,
I have to give it to Jeff Hanneman.
Because Jeff Hammond was having to play along with Kerry King live, playing this crazy fast music. Not missing a beat.
And Dave Lombardo.
Not missing a beat with these guys. Like, I mean...
And I have to give it to Jeff Hanneman because he still performed with a flesh-eating skin disease.
Yeah, when he was dying and shit, he's still up on stage.
So, and I know Gary Hoyt replaced him sometimes, in certain concerts, certain shows, but you got it. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
The guy is fantastic. I miss him to this day.
Yeah, so we're in agreement. Jeff Hanneman was a better guitarist.
The edge goes to Jeff Hanneman. Yes. So,
agreed. Okay, Jeff Hammond's correct answer.
Jeff Hammond's the correct answer because that's what our opinion defines.
Yeah, but no diss Dimebag at all.
Hell no diss Dimebag. He's great. So I'm into that. What's our next question?
All right, we actually got a question from my mom. Yeah, she asked.
Skip question.
Sorry, Mom, we don't care about it. No, my mom.
Don't beat me up.
Yeah, my mom, she watches the show. She's a fan of it, and she was genuinely interested to know what is the difference between punk rock and heavy metal. Good question, because
that's a really good question.
It is a good question because when I first thought about this, like when you hear the two different things, you hear punk, you hear heavy metal, you can just kind of you know the difference. You can tell which one is which, but it's hard to describe it verbally. How would you describe it verbally to what is the difference?
I think, and thinking about this, I think it has a lot to do with the live show.
The live show? Okay.
Because the punk, a punk show is one, I think it's more intimate. And two, it's quick to the point, we're out of there.
Right.
Whereas heavy metal, most of the time, there's pyro. There's
it's more theatrics.
Yes, very theatrical. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Sometimes. I also think that you don't see a lot of punk music written about dragons and knights, and so I don't think there's a theme. I think punk
a concept album or something.
Punk is its theme, whereas you can go to heavy metal and you can have
demons and wizards and whatever you want. Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with that? No, because I'm a big punk fan. And we actually are looking to do, in the month of June, probably 2 weeks. We're going to call it probably something like 2 weeks of hardcore punk, where we're going to have a couple guests on the show that are into punk bands and are playing in punk bands.
Yeah, we love punk music. Honestly, even though this is a Metal4Metal show,
honestly, I don't see a whole lot of difference between them. I think
there really isn't.
No, there really isn't.
It's more of an attitude.
Thing. Back in the day, if you were listening to punk, you didn't let anyone know you were also listening to Metallica or anything like that. And that's coming from someone who was in that time period.
Right.
A friend of mine who will be on the show later on, probably in June, another episode of Metal Hammered. But going back to the question, I don't think that it's, and I hope I'm answering your question here, Kathy. I don't think that there's a huge difference. I think that it's more of, like you said, an attitude. And I think it's also more of a need to be different from another genre. Right. It's almost the same thing of is Deep Purple classic rock or heavy metal. You can go both ways with that. For the same reason that some Misfits songs I would consider almost metal.
Right.
And maybe that's wrong, but I don't care. Also, Danzig was in a punk band, made that transition into heavy metal. I think Danzig's first album is totally metal.
It's definitely a thin line. Yeah.
It's a very
thin line of what's considered punk and metal. I think it was James.
Look at early Maiden.
Oh yeah,
Maiden's
the first album is very
record?
punk rock, and same for Motorhead too. Very punk. You can even say the same for Metallica's "Kill 'Em All." Like Motor Breath is Motor Breath is a very punk rock song. So especially I think in thrash metal, you can hear the influences
Anthrax, Persistence of Time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more than definitely more than hair metal, black metal, and all that stuff. Definitely in the thrash metal genre, you can hear more of a punk influence than anything else.
I think that comes a lot from that West Side crowd like Metallica and Megadeth who grew up listening to the Misfits. Garage Inc. They cover a few punk songs.
I don't think there's a single thrash metal band. Maybe I'm sure I'm wrong, but not that I know of that doesn't have a punk band as their main influence. As a punk band as an influence to them.
Yeah.
So
I can agree with that.
I think wasn't it James Hetfield that said that like punk rockers are just like musicians? They're just metalheads who can't play their instruments.
And, I can almost agree with that because if you listen to the Sex Pistols' first album, you tell me.
I guess like to answer the question, I say punk rock is definitely they're shorter songs. They're more simplistic. They're more to the point.
Yeah, they're more simplistic.
They're much to the point where a metal song can sometimes be 10 minutes plus long that takes you crazy riffs and different song structures and things, where a punk rock is usually just like a 3-minute song that's just straight to the point.
Well, the other thing too is like when you look at probably statistically the first punk band ever was the Kinks. Who were only punk because they didn't have their ties tightened all the way. When their ties were loose like that, that was considered not the word punk, but it was different.
Right, it's different.
And it was something
your shirt wasn't tucked.
Shouldn't be looking at that.
Your shirt wasn't tucked in, your ties not straight.
Look at like the Animals.
Right.
The Kinks. Even, God, I just lost them. Oh, man. They sing, it's not the Guess Who. Well, Guess Who kind of, but no, not the Guess Who. I can't remember, honestly. But moving right along, the Kinks and even the Ramones, that was what punk was, I think that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But, I hope that answers your question. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to getting... some punk rock stuff on here.
Yeah.
Really,
I remember back in the day here in Charleston, there was more of a punk rock scene than there was now. There was more of a metalcore scene too.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, but nowadays there's really nothing here anymore that I know of. There's the Gutter Saints and all that other stuff going on here, but it's not. That's more in the kind of Charleston, Greenville, Columbia kind of thing. Not so much. in the Somerville area. Not so much.
So thank you for our questions. We really appreciate it, and please continue.
Good questions. Really,
to like,
really
comment,
good
subscribe.
questions.
You know, what do you want to hear on the next show? Do you have a question for us? We'd love to answer it for you. And welcome back to Metal4Metal. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. We actually
we actually lost the last 10 minutes
of our sound. Yeah. So we're gonna finish the episode right now. Like I said, it's about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish it for you right now. We were just getting into the topic of the week, and very excited for this topic. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it, and I hope you guys have fun with it as well. It is, in your opinion, what do you think is the greatest year of heavy metal?
The greatest year of heavy metal. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say 1984.
Okay.
Because that was the year I was born.
That's a good year.
And there was a lot of good stuff that came out that year.
Van Halen.
There was the first Van Halen. Let's see, Power Slave.
Power Slave.
Power Slave first came out in 1984.
Fistful of Metal, Anthrax.
Fistful of Metal first came out. Let's see, we got Don't Break the Oath.
Merciful Fate.
By Merciful Fate.
Yep.
That came out. We got Ride the Lightning. That came out. I mean, there is so many good shit. There's so much good shit.
In 1984? Oh, yeah.
1984 that came out. Honestly.
So 1984?
It's got to be. It's got to be. No, I'm just going to say 1984. Ride the Lightning is one of my favorite Metallica albums of all time.
Yeah. That's my favorite Metallica album.
Yeah, that's your favorite?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ride the Lightning. Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Cool.
I am going to go 4 years early. I'm going to say 1980. And I'm going to base it solely on British Steel by Judas Priest came out in 1980. Blizzard of Oz, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. 1980 also was Iron Maiden's first record.
Yes, it was.
And it was also Wheels of Steel by Saxon, which I think is a really underrated album. I think Saxon itself, they're very, very underrated. So I'm going with 1980. I think that was. You could pick any kind of.
Honestly, dude, I'm not like a fucking encyclopedia of numbers, but just looking online here, Metal Church came out in 1984.
Yeah.
The first Metal Church album, Dio, The Last in Line.
It's my favorite Dio album.
Yep, it came out.
Mystery.
What else?
But Dio, Ronnie James Dio was also playing on Heaven and Hell,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on Heaven. He was on Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
And that was before, that was before Metallica had to put out anything.
Yeah, it was.
So I like to think of it as kind of like the beginning of shit coming on,
Mm-hmm.
1980 was a really, I think, crucial time for metal because it was either make it or break it. You had to get in while this whole glam metal and new wave fad was.
That was right around the time it was starting on.
So metal had to just kind of edge its way in there, and I think they succeeded, especially with bands like Black Sabbath, still rolling through even after losing Ozzy, and of course Ozzy, in my opinion, his best years were solo with Randy Rhoads and then Rudy Sarzo.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I think that they spearheaded. Ironically together, because Ozzy was in Sabbath beforehand, obviously. I think, ironically, they helped spearhead that 80s metal movement. And then when thrash metal came in, they really kind of connected it all. Because, let's face it, Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Metallica, there's a reason they're called the Big Four. They burst out on the scene and kicked ass.
They changed the game, really.
Yeah, so either way, I pick, if I had to pick a decade, the 80s most definitely.
Oh,
that was right ahead of the Iron Maiden doing their World Slavery tour and their big tours. That was insane. You had bands like Kiss that were they're just not there anymore. Mm-hmm. They were putting out things like Crazy Crazy Nights.
What year was when did Kiss do the thing where they didn't have the makeup anymore? When that was 1990?
Kiss Unmasked.
Wasn't that like the 90s?
No, because they put out Lick It Up in 84, I think. And that they were unmasked in that. But I think it was, and I could be wrong, I'm not a big Kiss fan. I'm not a big Kiss fan. But I think they put out Dynasty, and then maybe I think that. Then it was Kiss Unmasked. And then I know it was Lick It Up, Animalize, and like Crazy Nights.
Yeah, like I said,
I could be wrong on that. Like
it's hard to be.
As
I say, we're not a fucking encyclopedia that knows every fucking year. You know, I mean, maybe you are, but not me. Yeah, I don't know all the years.
I can tell you. I can tell you which Maiden came out in what year.
Peace of Mind.
Peace of Mind. 83.
All right. I don't know if that's true or not.
It is true, because Number of the Beast was 82. And Power Slave was 84.
Okay. I believe you.
Give me another one.
Fear of the Dark was 91, I think.
Nope, 92.
92?
92.
Nice, 92.
What a good year. Well, look, what else came out in 92? Countdown to Extinction, the Black Album came out in 92.
It did. Yeah, that was when Megadeth was sure that they were going to beat Metallica.
And they did for like a second.
For like 1 second, they did.
They did, and then, well, actually, that,
Well, they didn't, well, I thought the Black Album came out in like 91. Didn't it? And then, like, because Countdown to Extinction came out just before the Black Album did.
But Countdown to Extinction came out in 92. So if it came out beforehand, then the Black Album had to be in 92.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was Pantera dropped a record too. Didn't they drop Vulgar Display of Power? I don't know a whole lot about Pantera, but I know that I'm pretty sure that's when they dropped Vulgar Display. But again, I could be wrong.
Cool.
I don't know, man. I give it to Pantera though. They really kind of spearheaded that whole metal movement in the '90s when it just wasn't coming out. When Megadeth was dropping Risk. And fucking Metallica was dropping their...
Breadline was kind of a good song. I kind of like Breadline.
He's
walking on Breadline.
And Slayer was still putting out records, but they didn't sell as great. But I will go on record as saying that Slayer has never put out a bad record.
No, they did kind of go a different direction a little bit.
But it's never bad.
But it's never been like crazy different. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So that's our topic of the week, guys. I appreciate you guys working with us on these technical difficulties.
Yeah, we kind of fucked this up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's all right. You know what? Every show can't be perfect. But you know what, though? I appreciate you guys letting us bring us the news. Like I said, Chris Cornell, hated to lose him. That was really terrible loss. Yeah. And hopefully those bastards that did the Manchester Bomb are getting what they deserve. I can't wait for the new Arch Enemy album. I hope it really kicks ass. I'm sure it will. As far as the topic of the week is concerned, before we get to that, thank you guys for asking us those questions. I know I thanked you before, but just one more time. Again, Kathy Parker, thank you so much. Mason Sauce, thank you for those questions. Please keep them coming. Please keep the comments coming. Like, comment, subscribe to our channel, our Facebook page. Of course, our Metal4Metal website is up. So, as far as the topic of the week, please comment. What do you think is the best decade in heavy metal? Which, honestly, I don't think the 80s can be top.
Yeah, it's going to be something. It's going to be 80 to 18 or 1989.
I love to hear you guys' opinions, too. What do you think is the greatest year in heavy metal? Even if it was, obviously before you, if you guys weren't born at that time. I wasn't born in 80, and he was just born in 84. Is the best time in metal maybe 1970 or 1969 when Black Sabbath first came out, the first record? I mean, that's a big fucking deal.
That's a big deal.
I mean, and even Deep Purple dropping Machine Head, was that something that was, I think that had a lot to do with where heavy metal is today. A lot of people would disagree. Or do you think the best decade in heavy metal or the best year in heavy metal is right now? I don't know how it could be, but your opinion is obviously different than mine, and that's okay. Before we sign off here, I want to mention one more time our Patreon account. Patreon is it's crowd surfing.
It's a crowdfunding kind of site, and I was saying before, even if you you don't want to give us $1, check out Patreon for real, and there's a lot of people on there who have there's bands, there's web comics, there's everything on there. There's just a lot of people out there who's coming out with some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And you get a bunch of stuff early on. If you guys pledge to them.
Yeah, if you guys want to pledge us $1, we would much appreciate it. But no, you never have to do that. You can always come back and get the Metal4Metal news.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much. Keep fucking rocking. And again, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys. This has been, of course, Metal4Metal.
Thank you, sir.